Hey guys, King of Trimanders here. Today I bring you the best Nergigante guide, Phase 1 and Phase 2. All attacks, tips, and tricks. This video is the complete attack guide for Nergigante, and this video will also contain tips and tricks for taking on the featured Elder Dragon of the monster Hunter Now Carnival. Now here's the thing, Nergigante doesn't actually have many moves, but it has a large hitbox and hard-hitting attacks. So that's reason enough for you to check out this guide and make sure you know everything you need to know to take on one of the hardest monsters in the game and the flagship monster of Monster Hunter World. First, we're going to start off with Nergigante's monster guide. It is only found in Elder Dragon interceptions. It can't be found on the field. Its elemental attack is none, as it has no element, with its elemental weakness being thunder and blast. And its breakable parts being the left horn, the right horn, and a tail, which is sever only. As for its main characteristics, it is of the Elder Dragon species, and it is a massive sized Elder Dragon with giant horns and spikes throughout its body, and it's known for causing destruction. And here's its useful information. Some of its strongest attacks are when it slams its arms on the ground and lunges. When it gets into Phase 2, it uses more powerful attacks like a diving charge, and its spikes throughout its body regenerate. If it's white, the spikes will be vulnerable. If it's black, the spikes are hardened, so in other words, go after the white part. If the spikes are destroyed by an attack, Nergigante will fall to the ground and be vulnerable to attack. And last but not least, attack its horns while it's white, using blast and thunder weapons to deal maximum damage. Next, we move on to Nergigante's physiology. Sever and Blunt's best targets are the head, the forelegs, the wings, and the tail. And when Nergigante's spikes are white, Sever and Blunt's best targets are the head, the forelegs, the wings, and tail. While when it comes to ranged weapons, its best targets are the head, the forelegs, and the wings. And when Nergigante's spikes are white, ranged best targets are the head, the forelegs, the wings, and the tail. And now we have Nergigante's breakable parts and rewards. So breaking either the left or right horns gives you a chance at a rarity 4 or the rarity 6 drop. And severing the tail gives you a chance at a rarity 4 or a rarity 5 drop. So there's not really much to break around Nergigante. However, you should go after the horns as much as possible to get up to 2 chances at the rarity 6 if you break both horns. Also, there's not a lot to break on Nergigante, so yeah, going after the horns is ideal, especially if you want to maximize your rarity 6 drop chances. And now the data you've been waiting for, we have Nergigante's attacks. At number 1, you have the Claw Slam, and Nergigante will slam its claw on the ground. And here's its signal. Nergigante will stand tall before it slams its claw on the ground. As you see, standing tall, that's your cue to be able to dodge. And here's how to dodge. You dodge left or right twice or more. You will get stunned if you are too close to attack by the tremor, just to kick that into note. There's a little, you see a little tremor on the floor? Yeah, if you're close enough and you don't dodge twice, it's going to stun you. That's why you want to dodge twice. At Nergigante's attacks for number 2, you have the Leaping Claw Slam. Nergigante will leap at you and slam its claw on the ground. A leaping version of the original, here's the signal. Nergigante will take a step back, you see it's taking a step back right here, crouching, and then it'll jump at you. So again, take a step back, crouch, and then it will leap. And here's how you dodge. You dodge left or right twice or more. So left or right twice or more, either side. As long as you do it twice, you should be fine. And note, again, this will create a tremor. So if you will get stunned if you are too close to its attack by the tremor that's produced after it lands. So just be careful. For Nergigante's attacks at number 3, you have the Wing Split, and Nergigante will try to hit you with both of its wings. And here's its signal. Nergigante will close both of its wings, as you see right here, it's closing them down, and then it will dig them into the ground. Once this happens, bam, dig, close, it will flap them up, and then it will hit on both of its sides. As you see, it's looking at both sides, bam. And here's how to dodge. You dodge left or right until you are in front of its head or the back of its tail, because it's only going to hit the sides wherever its wings are going down at. So as long as you're not in those areas, you should be fine. But here's a note. This attack will stun you if you're too close because of the wind pressure, so just keep that in mind. Even if you do dodge this attack, you're probably going to get stunned if you're close enough. As for Nergigante's attacks at number 4, you have the Charging Ground Tackle. So Nergigante will dig into the ground and try to tackle you. And here's its signal. Nergigante will walk towards you before it digs its shoulder into the ground. So you see right here? Bam, it's walking towards its target. And here's how you dodge. You dodge left or right twice or more. Here's a note. Nergigante will turn towards its target before it performs its signal. So this gives you the cue to be able to dodge and gives you a little more extra time. Make sure you dodge though, because as you see right here, you see he's diving his shoulder on the ground. That's your cue to be able to dodge this attack, because it does heavy damage if you are hit by it. And now we have Nergigante's Phase 2. So Nergigante will begin Phase 2 with a roar that will stun everyone on the battlefield. It will then perform its signature diving charge attack. So you should dodge left or right as much as you can to avoid this attack unless you are out of its range. Usually it's like 5 or 6 times. No, seriously, it takes that much because you want to avoid the entirety of its body. If you don't dodge enough, you will still get hit by this attack, and its hitbox is huge. So if you are hit by this attack, you will likely get one shot. In order to avoid you using any potions and or taking any damage in general, again, you should clear this with 4 or 5 dodges or more, just to be safe. And see the chapter on the diving charge attack for more details on how to dodge. So be very careful when Phase 2 starts. You will have plenty of time to reposition yourselves, but whoever it chooses for this attack is going to suck and hurt a lot. So just be very, very careful and mindful of this attack. And I'm saying it so much because it really is that huge. Having faced it in Shibuya, this thing is, yeah, that you see that? If I did ult right there, that would have hit me. And even when you think you're not going to get hit, you're probably going to get hit. For Nergigante's Phase 2 attacks at number 1, you have the double claw. So Nergigante will slam its claw on the ground twice, one after the other. Here's its signal. Nergigante will raise one of its claws. As you see right here, it's raising one of its claws. Bam! And it's going to raise it again, and then bam. So that's your cue to dodge. Here's how you dodge. You dodge left or right twice or more, or you dodge backwards twice or more. So you can go either side. However, dodging backwards twice or more if you feel like, hey, I can't get the timing for the sides, and that's perfectly fine. If you are too close to this attack when it lands, you will get stunned by the tremor, so be careful. At Nergigante's Phase 2 attacks at number 2, we have Charging Ground Tackle. Just like it's your other version in Phase 1, Nergigante will dig into the ground and tackle you. Here's its signal. Nergigante will walk towards you before it digs into the ground with its shoulder. No different than Phase 1, and here's how you dodge. You dodge left or right twice or more, just like the other one. So again, dodge left twice or more. It's still gonna hurt like hell if you get hit by this attack, so just be more cautious and be careful and dodge more if need be. At number 3 for Nergigante's Phase 2 attacks, we got the Tail Swing. And Nergigante will spin and try to hit you with its tail. Like many monsters with this signature attack. Nergigante's signal will be look behind it and raise its tail. So you see right here, looking behind it, raising tail, and then wham, it shall spin. And here's how you dodge. You dodge left or right at the right timing, or you dodge backwards twice or more. Preferably twice or more, because here's a note. If you are too close to this attack, it will stun you because of the tremor that it creates when it digs its tail into the ground. So just be overcautious and just dodge it instead of trying to time it or be really fancy. For Nergigante's Phase 2 attacks at number 4, you have the Spike Headshot. So Nergigante will dig its head into the ground and shoot spikes at you. Here's its signal. Nergigante will raise its head high before it slams it to the ground. You see right here? Head high, smack down, face plant, and then it will shoot spikes after it raises its head. And here's how you dodge. You dodge left or right twice or more. So make sure you dodge left twice or more. If you dodge backwards, as you see, there's spikes that come out of its head. So do not dodge backwards, because if you do, you're going to get hit by those spikes unless you're far enough. So to be safe, just dodge left or right twice or more. No need to be fancy. Phase 2 Nergigante attack number 5 is the Flying Claw Slam. And Nergigante will fly into the sky and slam its claw into the ground. And here's its signal. Nergigante will fly high into the sky. No, seriously, the fly high sky. When you see it raise to the sky like this, you're probably about to get trucked by its claws. Right here. That gives you time to dodge, though. Before it slams its claw, bam, right here. And here's how to dodge. Dodge left or right twice or more. If you dodge left or right, usually you'll overshot and go over your head like you see right here. So just be careful. As you see in this one, it will also turn towards you. Here's a note again. It's going to turn towards you before it flies into the sky. So that's a good indicator that you're the one that's probably going to get hit by this attack if you are looking at the Flying Claw Slam. And last but not least for Nergigante's attacks, number 6 at Phase 2, it's Diving Charge Attack. Nergigante will stun your group with a roar and then fly into the sky to crash into you. And here's its signal. It's going to roar. Nergigante will roar, and then it will fly high into the sky before it dives. And here's how to dodge. I dodge left or right 4 times or more. That's a lot. Well, the thing is, this attack has a gigantic hitbox. Even when you think you're gonna get hit, you're probably not. You're not gonna get hit. You're probably gonna get hit. Because there are plenty of times in 20 plus Nergigante 8-star hunts live in Shibuya, no one else has done it as far as content creation goes on the English side, it's going to crash into you and kill you. So, unless you don't want to use your potions, yes, make sure you dodge more than you need to. And there's another one. Use your special skill before it crashes into the ground. Again, at number 2, use your special skill before it crashes into the ground. Depending on the timing of your special skill, etc. This is one of the best ways to do it if you really don't want to dodge. In fact, it's the perfect time for you to use your special skill so you avoid taking damage. Here's an important note. Nergigante will turn towards the hunter it will crash into while flying. So here you see right here, it flies in the sky and it's going to do a turn. Well, that's your cue and you know it's going to crash into you or whoever else if it uses this attack. Because this is Nergigante's strongest attack. And again, you will likely get one shot, as in die, if you get hit by this attack. Better to overcompensate than use a potion / first aid med or whatever you plan on doing, because if it's low like this one, you need to really pump out some DPS before, so you can make sure you don't waste your time and have to retry Nergigante. And before I go on to the tips and tricks, well, here's how to target Nergigante's white spikes, because there's always a lot of this talk about white spikes, white spikes, white spikes. Well, here it is. So Nergigante's white spikes will be visibly bigger than the rest of its body. Here's a snapshot right here. You see the head, the tail, and its wings. Yes, it can happen on its wings. Will grow spikes. These white spikes are how you will deal critical damage. So if you don't target any of these, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to. They're hardened, and you're only, if you saw on the physiology chart, you're not going to do as much damage as you would targeting this. So aim or lock on to these parts to do the most damage. Doing damage to the spikes will cause Nergigante to fall over. I'm going to show that example in the tips and tricks, but I want to make sure you have a solid snapshot of what it looks like. It can even happen on its claws and its hind legs, so you see there's multiple pictures right here. These 2 pictures are the best indication on both sides. So look for them throughout the battle, while trying to dodge all of its crazy attacks that Nergigante is going to throw at you. But yes, target these the most so that it will fall over, and then you can target the head or the tail. Gives you time to target both of those areas so you can go ahead and break them and get whatever parts you need. And here's my Nergigante tips and tricks. Again, Nergigante will topple over you, do enough damage to its spiked areas. Like you see right here, bam, it topples over for a while. Perfect time for you to smash away its head or sever its tail. And it's better to overcompensate for dodging versus trying to perfect dodge. Nergigante's attacks have a large hitbox. When you think you are going to get hit, you're probably going to get hit. I've said that many times in these videos, but from experience, I can tell you that in comparison to a lot of other monsters, yeah, this thing is huge. And using paralysis weapons to stun Nergigante can help take it down. If you saw right here on this example, this hunter on our team is able to paralyze it 2 or 3 times throughout the entire battle, and it really helps a lot, especially since Nergigante moves around a lot. So paralysis of support is pretty goated, and it will help you a lot during your Nergigante Elder Dragon interception hunts.
Away, Chaos Max Dragon's attack point!
You really hate dragons, don't you?
Honestly, that's really how it is when it comes to the flagship Monster Hunter world. We really hate dragons. That's why we slay all of them. Because, you know, most of the monsters are pretty much, all of them from Monster Hunter are pretty much dragons. Hopefully this video helps you prepare for Nergigante. Unfortunately, I was not able to get any individual hunts with Nergigante because the lobby kept getting full so fast during the Monster Hunter Now Carnival Shibuya event. No, seriously, I would try to do it, and as soon as that thing hit 0, the timer in the initial one, it would just fill up. So I gave as much footage as I could. I did as much targeting on myself or trying to get it to target me. So it has definitely been a pain to make this guide. So yeah. But again, a lot of its attacks will actually make it turn towards you. So that's a good cue that you're going to be the one being targeted for its attacks. So make sure, again, you keep that in mind. I stress this so much because getting hit by this thing really sucks, and it's going to hurt. I don't want you to use a lot of potions. You want to have as many as you can. And if you are playing global, you want to be able to spend as much time as you can playing, because I'm very aware, unlike a lot of people, they can't spend as much on potions as much as I would. But this will give you an advantage for Nergigante if you plan on going after it during global. And with that being said, please do me a huge favor, like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algorithm. As the only English-speaking content creator that went down there, as far as the top one goes, and got my behind booty destroyed by this thing and the other rare species monsters, Silver Rathalos and Gold Rathian, these guys take forever to do. And I was even trying to go back into hunts and try to get more footage for y'all, but I just couldn't do it. I gave up some of my time for my event so I can make this guide for you guys. So yes, I would really appreciate if you would like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algorithm. As usual, again, these things take a real long time. And I really want to play the Wilds beta, but again, it's just a beta, so I want to be able to provide this so you guys are prepared for your global event, because I'm going to go play and go hard during that global event to get my 10-5 Doomshaft Nergigante bow from the global event. Again, please do be sure to like, subscribe, and comment for YouTube algorithm. Good luck in your grinds. Good luck on your global event. I really hope you get all the drops you need and build everything you need, and I will see y'all on the next video.